terminar a corrida, mas apenas no 27º lugar. Sem mais problemas, a equipa portuguesa fixava-se na 5ª posição, o que seria um brilhante resultado se até a final não houvesse qualquer azar.
1999, the very last one at this circuit, currently still leading. Terry Reimer on the number 1 Castrol Suzuki. In second place, number 7, it's the Yamaha. And in third place, the number 10 Kawasaki. Just had a quick chat with Steve Hislop, who's looking very, very fresh, I must say. And somebody else who's very, very fresh is Steve Plater. Earlier on...
They've been giving me all sorts of jungle juice to drink as well. I ain't got a clue what it is, but...
You look like you were having fun out there. In particular, I noticed coming out of Virage du Pont onto the pit straight, the front of the bike well up in the air, and you're looking over at the grandstand, giving them a bit of a show there.
Yeah, you know, it's nice this morning. It's pretty quiet out there on the track. It's quite a few slow riders, I think. You know, the R1s are struggling a little bit because the screens are so small and they have to run, with it being a stock sport, they have to run a standard screen. But they're struggling a little bit, so I think lads that are riding later, you know, it's making them tired, it's making the neck muscles ache. And...
Currently still leading Suzuki, Yamaha in second place, your machine, number 10 in, Bertrand. Bertrand Sevillot, number 11 machine, down in 9th place at the moment.
Yep, oh yeah, he's backing it in there, lovely, beautiful. Just, a little bit too much, I think. I think the boy's getting a little bit excited. He's a good lad, Bertram, actually. He's not been racing too long. He works for a magazine, actually, in France. Nice chap, really nice.
He's thinking about what he's going to do next, and as soon as the bike is out on the track, bang, he's away again.
Yeah, you know, the boys in the garage worked really hard and got the bike out as fast as they could. It didn't take them long at all, to be honest, but it was a little bit disheartened to start with, but once they got out there, they was happy.
Currently your leader, Terry Reimer, on the number 1 Castrol Suzuki.
Lavielle dominating the title defender and last year's winner.
Hey, taking over the number 1 machine. It's Terry Reimer now feeling, every time I try to talk to Terry, I must admit that as soon as he gets off the bike, he's in, he's out, yeah, fine, he's gone.
Here in 1995 for the Motormax team. Very friendly bloke. He just came around and started chatting, to be honest. He's a good lad, he's all right.
You don't try and talk to him during a race, though?
Well, no, he's all right. He's too big to upset anyway.
Too tall tell. Telling team manager Dominique Meond what's been going on the track. Any problems with Suzuki? Doesn't seem to be. But tiredness is now getting to be a factor. I must admit that Terry's showing it more than you do when you get off the bike at the moment, Steve.
Yeah, he's a little bit older than me, you know. Not an awful lot, actually. He just looks it.
I'll tell him you said that. He'll probably be recording this. The engine of the number 11 machine was whipped out, fixed, and back in the bike within 50 minutes. But Suzuki having a problem with their machine and the coolant on the number 4 machine. The engine took 1¼ hours to get back out and back into the machine. So appearances can be deceptive.
Yeah, on the Kawasaki.
Still in the lead here by barely a lap. The number 10 Kawasaki in third place, Steve Plater. Very nice, thank you very much, Steve, for coming in and joining us. Suzuki's of the Castrol team and the Shell team are going to have problems because realistically that's the only chances.
What that does, I was saying about the neck loads on the Mistral, the bobbling of the head. There's are taped frequently, elbows are taped frequently, and even ankles, which aren't really used very much in the race, are taped just to look after them. So there's all the pre-preparation you could do, as well as the massage sessions between each riding session. It's just as important. It's important to hit it before it starts. Mm-hmm. So all our guys are getting that, and most of the top teams bring even doctors to the circuit.
I did see Stefan.
And similarly on Friday night for the race, all the gearbox clusters in the Suzukis anyway are changeable. You've got 3 ratios of each gear up to 4th, and then 2 ratios of 5th and 6th to choose from. And optimizing that is worth a few tenths a lap, and a few tenths times 600 laps is a lot of time.
Yeah, but we call the riders are at the sharp end of all this, but in reality it is the team manager carries overall responsibility for everything that happens in the team. And you being a manager, really the stress will actually filter down to you, because you are the overall controller, as it were, of everything?
These days you're only allowed to do limited work in the pit lane. Anything major has to be done in the garage. So if you intrude into the water system, for instance, or need to take covers off the engine, in 10th and DAP in 12th. So we're solid in 11th place. But as you say, you can't mount it too high. Sorry, you can't mount it ideally where you want it, which is just behind the engine, because you need to be able to get the shock absorber out very quickly, very easily. So, in fact, what we've ended up doing is mounting it on top of the gearbox, which...
Lavier, Reimer and Dorjek still in the lead. Terry Reimer on board at the moment. You can see him there, bright orange helmet. You can't miss him at all. I don't think we're going to see any record lap set here because of the tyre problems they've had earlier. And now for Russell Benny's M&P Phase 1 team, who now move up to 10th place. There he is, Terry Reimer. And the man just goes on and on and on. Now, what happened to Steve Hislop on the number 11 Kawasaki? Remember, they had major problems in having to change, with a drop valve, having to change most of the top end of the engine at the early part of this race, which took 50 minutes. And so dropped them well down the order. They've been fighting the way up all the time, up into 7th place. They got up to 7th place. They were on the same lap as the 6th place team, which is in 5th place at the moment, the number 12 Shell Suzuki team. And if anything happens to number 1, well, Bruno will inherit the lead because he has more points. And even if right away, because saw him in the pits again, it seems that it's almost the start of another race day, even though he says he hasn't slept a little bit. All the little things which he'd hoped would happen to this man, this team, the number 1 Castrol Suzuki, have happened to the Kawasaki team instead. In the pits. Quick close look at the bucking and weaving number 11 machine in his palms from what's been happening on the bike, and also he's having problems with his left wrist now. This is starting to hurt from a previous injury. He still says it's not bad enough to preclude him from doing another round. Of course, he should be out there at the moment, but the pain.
O Boldor despedia-se da pista de Paul Ricard. A profunda remodelação a que vai ser sujeito obriga a mítica prova a mudar-se no próximo ano para o circuito de Magny-Cours. A 40 minutos do final da corrida, Terry Reimer e Jean Dorjeks começavam já a sentir o aroma do título mundial de pilotos, título que a Suzuki igualmente receberia no campeonato de construtores. Na pista, Christian Lavier conduzia o Suzuki número 1 para a bandeira de xadrez.
He's done it before, he can do it again, but he's got about 1.5 laps to close up on that. The Castrol Suzuki still leads by 2 laps. That gap hasn't changed over the past couple of hours here. Christian Lavier on the Castrol Suzuki at the moment. Terry Reimer and Johan Dorjeks, they've done all they needed to do. Now it's Lavier's turn, but this man, Steve Plater, still running in short circuit mode. There's quite a small possibility, but any possibility is good enough to try and get second of catching the Suzuki Castrol team, being 2.5 laps down. But this man, Steve Plater, still screwing the throttle to the stop as he tries to chase down a second place Yamaha Motor France machine. This is the machine which has been in front for many, many hours, ever since the number 111 Elf Honda gave up the ghost. If they couldn't win the ball, they were going to withdraw. Professionalism there to save the team and save the people. Don't race for just placings because they haven't got a chance of winning the championship. Steve Plater still aboard. But Christian Lavier on board to bring the Suzuki home, and possibly not just a championship win for Terry Reimer and Johan Dorjeks, but when the dust has settled, it could quite possibly be that Suzuki, there's big, tall Terry Reimer. It is that close. 1 lap after 24 hours, maybe less than 1 lap. And a possibility of Steve Plater taking himself up the orders. Johan Dorjeks and Terry Reimer. It's not that Johan Dorjeks is small, by no means, but Terry Reimer towers above everybody else in the pits. 2 minutes left effectively on my watch. Thankfully, we haven't yet had a track invasion. There was a bit of a problem earlier. There's the checkered flag. Next time Christian Lavier crosses the line. Please keep it upright, Christian. Don't do anything silly here. Which will mean that Terry Reimer and Johan Dorjeks have taken the championship. They are equal on points going into this. They will be equal on points coming out of it. Christian Lavier has the honour of bringing the big Suzuki home. I'll say the big Suzuki, you get up to it, it's tiny. A big heart, a strong engine. Checkered flag is out, waiting for Johan, for Christian, a bit of celebration. The crowds are waving. Stefan Mertens on the number 9 M&P Phase 1, just 5 seconds behind the Strike Moto team. A possibility of a win here, or at least the second place, as the Suzuki crosses the line. Christian Lavier has won the Bol d'Or for Suzuki.
Eram 15 horas, 1 minuto e 50 segundos, quando a bandeira de xadrez baixou à passagem da Suzuki número 1. Era a grande festa.
Big congratulations for Terry Reimer, World Championship again. And Terry Reimer and Johan Dorjeks, congratulations all round. Sighs of relief, finally, that the bike has been able to keep ahead of everybody else. The team ecstatic here. The checkered flag is out. So far, not a crowd invasion, saw somebody at the sides. But just underneath the camera is traditionally where they go onto the track. Christian Lavier, both winning World Championships again. 1995 first at the Bol d'Or, 1996 second at the Bol d'Or, but this is 3 in a row for Terry Reimer at the Bol, 97, 98 and now 99. And Suzuki have won the 22nd Bol d'Or. There we go, a track invasion already. It's going to be a fraught time for the marshals with everybody on the track here.
Quanto a Michel Graziano, o final de uma carreira de 14 anos justificava a pergunta. No coração, o que ficou?
2 world champions for the UK. Carl Fogarty wins his 4th world championship. Terry Reimer wins his 2nd world championship in the space of a couple of hours. Johan Dorjeks, let's not put it past him. Let's try and get past some of the people on the track. In 2nd place, the number 7 Yamaha R1. Fabien Fauré on board brings it home in 2nd place. All the teams having a finish here. Moto Shop. Across the line in 4th place, and Dominique Mayence, the French cockerel, crowing to all of the media. We've got the flag. We are the champions. And Terry Reimer ecstatic. The obligatory burnout. All flags waving, of course, but it doesn't matter. Signing Suzuki banners, the Team Suzuki banner, waved by Christian Lavier. Suzuki are the winners. Terry Reimer, all the work he's put in this year to concentrate on the Endurance World Championship has paid off. He shares it with Johan Dorjeks. It will go down in the record books as Terry Reimer, world champion for the 2nd time. Steve Plater, and a good... Steve Plater putting some of the French stunt riders at the beginning of this race to shame by doing a rolling stoppie. And Steve Hislop has a hand in this as well, because Steve Plater is wearing Steve Hislop's old leathers with the Hislop taking off the back. All Suzuki, though, at Spa had problems with fourth gear. A bad batch of gears meant that they were rocking on the spline and eventually shredded themselves. And the number 11 Kawasaki. Steve Plater mounts the rostrum and a big grin yet again. He's been wearing that grin for the past 2 days now. And a marvellous ride for him. Yamaha in second place on the podium. Jean-Marc Delatang, Christoph Lindholm and Fabien Fauré. But too tall tell, about time too. World Championship number 2 for Terry Reimer. He looks cool. World Championship number 1 for Johan Dorjes, just mounting the podium now. In between him, Christian Lavier, who brought the bike home. 2 world champions on the podium. The Suzuki Castrol team have done what they wanted to do, where it deserves to be, right on the rostrum at the very, very last bowl at the Paul Ricard circuit. All of a sudden, massive energy because you are on top of the podium. Dominique Mayonde gets a hug. Massive crowd and a beautiful 2 days racing down here at the bowl. The weather has been perfect, slightly hot for the tyres that they've been using, and a little bit of tiredness coming into Dominique Mayonde there. Thousands of photographers out there, everybody wanting to catch that special moment. And the national anthem played for the CERT team, Suzuki Endurance Racing. Dominique Mayonde, well, he may grin and heave a sigh of relief. The work that has been put in. When everybody saw the checkered flag out, did they come out? And come out they did in their droves into the track to welcome home the Suzukis. But to the victor go the spoils. Johan Dorjes holds up the trophy for the bowl.
Satisfied, I can see you sitting and reading it while you hang your head and cry. I'm gonna put it to a tune, so I'll be sending with it a sweet melody for you.